In the heart of the Shropshire countryside on a beautiful Sunday morning for the 1996 National Grasstrack Championships for 250s, 350s and 500 sidecars. I'm sure today we're going to see superb racing with the 250s totally dominated by the Shropshire riders, I'm sure, if I may say that. I would expect in the 350s the southern riders to probably take prominence, and the 500 sidecars, again the southern crews I would expect to see to the fore. But as I say, I'm sure a superb day's racing promised for us. The track absolutely superb, there's been a lot of grass on it, it's nice and moist, and I personally look forward, as I'm sure you do, to some super grass track racing.
Atkin and a big friend of mine. What's it like being British champion this year?
Well, it's been good. A lot of pressure today, I think, but just got to go out and do the business, hopefully, again. And track's good at the moment. It's been good.
And obviously, I mean, I know because I've been there myself. I think you feel the pressure a lot more than anybody else today.
Oh yeah, a lot of people say, "Oh, you've got to do it again," but it's how it goes on the day. It's anyone's on the day.
I think the 250s is absolutely wide open. I mean, not to say that you won't win it, but there's so many riders who could win it. I mean, I can count at least 10.
Oh yeah, the full field, it's everyone. They're all as fast as each other. All the lads that are really fast today. It's anybody's.
And obviously the track is big. Do you think that's better for 250s for yourself, or would you rather have a smaller track, like last week?
I like the track today. It's great. I think the lads prefer a big track, perhaps. Some, if they haven't got a quick bike, perhaps not so much, but the bend's a lot better, coming into the bend a lot faster and different stuff. But I like the big track.
Right, and finally I want a prediction for today.
Ooh. If I cross the finish line.
Top three.
Oh yeah. Oh, I don't know.
Not in any order. Who's going to be in the top three? You don't have to say in which order.
I don't know. Mark, Wadsworth, Dean Camier perhaps, Mark Rowe.
What about you?
I'll be up there hopefully. I don't think it's anyone's in it.
Right.
It's hard to say.
So that's a champion who's taking it easy and not edging his bets. Okay, good luck and I hope you do well.
Thank you. Cheers, Tom.
Okay. Be that often Southern Centre ride, but is it going okay today?
Well, yeah, hopefully the track seems okay. Can't see any problems at the moment. No.
Obviously you've got a lot of help in the pits. I see Roger Lobb helping you there. Is he?
Ready for action.
So that Mark Rowe has no chance of lobby here, but there you go. Obviously you don't ride up this end of the country as much as most lads, but have you enjoyed coming up here to ride?
Yeah, it's always very competitive. I mean, we've tried to do as many meetings away as we can this year, just to to get up and get on pace with everyone. We had a good weekend a couple of weeks ago at the best pace. Hopefully it should come together.
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, you rode well there. Obviously you look very nervous today. Do you feel the pressure, or is that because you're just on film?
Well, yeah, it's on film as well, I suppose. It's pressure for everyone. I mean, anyone could win it really. So just got to go out and do what you can, haven't you?
And what position will you be happy with? Will you be happy in the top 5, or is it just win or bust?
Top 5, I suppose. Win will be a bonus, won't it?
Yeah. Right. Well, who do you see as your main opposition?
It could be anyone, like I say. I mean, there's any of 10 which could possibly win it. So I mean, everyone's a threat, aren't they?
Right.
What do you want me to say?
No, I said that to somebody else before. Any of 10. Okay. Well, just a quick word about your bike, RTS. Is that going okay today?
Yeah, it seems to be okay, going okay. Yeah, it's a Kawasaki KX motor. Seems all right. We've had it for a few years now. But yeah. And obviously, being from down south, I mean, have you got many sponsors down there, or is it all off your own back? Oh yeah, I'm sponsored by
Jason
here on Millers. There we go. Yeah, I'm employed by Jason as well. So yeah, they've just given us a check. So
good stuff.
It all helps out. We're sponsored by Silclean as well for the oils and that. So.
Good stuff. I think I'll have to move down south with you southerners.
Yeah.
All right. Have a good meeting. I hope you do well.
Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thanks. The Lee Street and 5 times British champion Mark Wadsworth here. Obviously lads, it's going to be really fierce today. I've spoke to you many times, which I'll come back to you in a sec, but are you feeling the pressure today, or you feel okay?
Definitely. I mean, I haven't ridden up here for a couple of years now, and I mean the track is so demanding. There's plenty of grip out in a minute, and big wide corners which I'm not used to down the south, so have to see how it goes, I suppose.
I mean, I think it's fair to say a lot of the top boys do come from up this area. Do you find it hard to come and compete against the likes of Mark and Carl and
Well, I race like Dean Camier, Richard Smith on a regular basis, but to come out here and Wadsworth, Thomas and people like that, it's a bit of a nightmare, to be quite honest.
Right, we'll have a quick word with the old man of Grasstrack, and I'm the old mucker Mark. How's it going, mate? Are you enjoying it?
Yeah, it's not too bad out there, thank you. You know, it's a little bit slick, a little bit grippy in places. I see they've just been watering again. I'm out in the first race, so look out.
I mean, I remembered interviewing you 2 years ago, and I was saying how bad the track was, and you, yeah, and you went out and won an absolutely brilliant meeting for you. Do you think you can repeat that again?
I'd like to think so. It's early days yet, as you well know, so let's hope so, and well, we'll go out there and give it our best shot.
Right, back to you, Lee. Where do you see yourself coming today?
I'd love to come in the top 10. I'd be well happy with that, to be honest. Anything better, I'd be well chuffed.
Right, Mark, where would you like to come?
Well, naturally, where everyone wants to come is first, isn't it?
Yeah.
As you said, you spoke to me 2 years ago, same place here, and I said second socks. Well, it still goes.
Yeah, and I said the track was crap, but I'm going to say it's good this year.
Yeah, well, I'm going to have a quiet word with you about your tracks anyway. We rode at a track, well, you rode at a track I refused to ride, which is the first time I've ever done so, but yeah, we'll have a quiet word about that just now.
Yeah, oh Mark, he's getting a little bit old, you know. He didn't ride, yeah, so, well, I just hope both of them do well, and obviously Mark will be up there, and I hope Lee does well as well, okay. Good luck, lads.
Thank you very much.
Okay. Listen, obviously a big meeting today, what do you think your chances are?
Well, pretty good as long as they get a good start and keep going, like, but who knows, the other main opposition, I think.
Well, I know you're on new tracks, and I know that you've changed to lay down. Have you had any chance to try that, or is this purely experimental today?
No, I tried it last week and it seems to be going very well. It's very quick, really, like.
Now, obviously, you've rode the Minsterley circuit here last year in the Shropshire Championship. It does get a little bit rough, but it's a pretty fair circuit.
Yeah, it's nice and bumpy last year, I liked it. Bumpy the better, really.
And I think you won it last year, didn't you? So obviously, you must be feeling confident.
No, not really. I've had 5 bikes blow up this year, like, so I'm not really confident.
I think one of the things about blowing bikes off, I think you've got to put oil in them.
No, it's just a god now that keeps blowing up, I think.
Right, final question. Obviously the 350s is wide open. All the classes like the 250s. Who would you like to see win the 250s? Just to stop you with a question there.
I don't know really. I don't really follow 250 still in truth, like, so I don't really know, like, the fastest man, and just hope it's good racing, really.
Right, I hope you have a good day. Well, but not too good, and we'll see you at the end of the day.
Yeah, right, thanks a lot.
Okay. Dave Mears, obviously last year was a painful end in the British final, but you seem to have got over them injuries and things are going quite well now.
Yeah, no, it's going alright, so hopefully this year we can keep on the inside and get somewhere close to it, but follow you around, we'll be alright, won't we?
Well, that sounds okay to me. Obviously a very top class field. There's a few of the top riders not here. Do you think that makes it easier, or does it not make any difference?
Depends who the reserves are. Some are unknown and you sort of think, well, don't know this rider, but then they go out and ride a blinder and you think, well, perhaps we should have had Steve Dorey, at least you know what he's going to do, but it's either going to win or crash, in the old Steve. It's good entertainment, but no, I think you just got to sit down and put your mind in it that you can beat anyone and go for it, basically.
I mean, obviously you've been round a few years in the 350s and you're one of the top boys. Do you think the experience in a meeting like this counts?
It's never helped me because I've never had a good British final. I've always gone to pieces or had bike trouble or whatever, or fallen off or whatever. So I think it's just on the day. If you just got to get your head right and really sort of just treat it as a centre meeting, I think, really, and just go for it.
It is actually hard to explain to people out there who have not rode in a championship that it really does affect you, doesn't it?
I think it does. I mean, I try not to, but over the years, that's it. You keep shaking that. I've seen it on a film somewhere else, haven't I? No, I think it does play on you a little bit, but especially when you come round with these things. I mean, it's different, isn't it?
I mean, obviously this year also you've rode in the Masters. Do you think that's all obviously help you because you've done another big sort of meeting, or does that not make any difference to you?
That's probably demoralised me sitting at the back of 32 of them every heat. I mean, throwing bricks at you where it was down at Andover. I mean, it was it's a good experience, but at the end of the day it can have a reverse effect because you're just running sort of 7ths and 8ths. I mean, it's nice to ride, it's good you qualified, but it's definitely a different ball game to ride in the 350, so different idea altogether, I think.
Right, well, I hope you have a good day, and we'll see you at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, hopefully we'll be on the podium with you, or somewhere close to you.
Let's hope so.
Cheers,
right,
thank you.
Right, we're in the pits now with former solo rider Gary Lloyd. Obviously interviewed you at the start of your career in the 500 chairs, and things have really come good for you now.
Yeah, it's gone very well. Last year was exceptional. The lowest placing we had, I think, over the whole year was a third. This year's been a bit more of a struggle, trying to find meetings firstly, and secondly trying out new engines and new bits on the bike. But I think it's come together over the last couple of meetings, so hopefully, fingers crossed today, see what happens.
Obviously it's a bit wide open, the 500 sidecars, but there must be certain people who you do worry about and who are other favourites. Who would they be?
Well, you're quite right. Firstly, the class is wide open. Looking back a few years, the class has really come on over the last couple of years. People have got quicker and quicker. The equipment in the UK is getting quicker and quicker. Main competitors, I think, speak for themselves. Paul Miller, Mal Goodwin, Raz Palmer could still do it on his day. And really anybody out there, as you know, Tony, it's just on the day. It's just on the day. Fingers crossed.
Now, obviously, you've rode this track before. 2 questions in one. It's a big track. Do you like it, and are you nervous about riding it?
No, I'm not nervous at all about riding it. I'm looking forward to it. Yes, it's a fairly big track. It's just a case of winding it on and trying to stay up the front, really, making the starts. That's the most important thing nowadays in any class, is just to make, in fact today it'll be 6 consecutive starts, and that's the hardest thing.
Right, well, I'm going to leave you now. I hope you win it, because I mean, I've known you for a long time, so just get out there and do it.
Thanks, Tony, appreciate that.
British champion, Paul Miller and Dave Collin. Obviously, being current champions, you must be really in the mood to take it again.
Oh yeah, we're desperate to regain the title, and we want to get our name on the trophy 3 times on the trot. That's the goal, and of course the ultimate goal for us today is qualification for Europe as well. So it's almost set in stone that the top 4 from today's meeting to go into next year's European Championships, and with the final in England, that's really got to be the Englishman's best chance of giving it a win. So you know, we're all out to, well, ultimately take the win, and but qualify for Europe in next year.
Right, I'll just have a quick go on to your passenger. Obviously, this circuit is a good circuit for yourselves. I know 2 years ago you were runners-up and you won the Shropshire Championship here last year, so you're obviously looking forward to riding here today.
Yeah, looking forward to it. It's the bumps I don't like, because I'm getting old now, so having gone from the driving seat to the passenger bit again, it's a bit harder going, to say the least.
Right, obviously being British champion, there's a lot of pressure, and obviously people are saying, you know, you should win and that. Do you feel confident, or are you very nervous?
I do get nervous, but you know, nerves only help you really. But you know, they're going to get you on your edge. No, I find that they help me really, and you know, it's a matter of getting into gear and doing the business. It's like any other meeting, and if you treat it like any other meeting, if you start going around thinking, if I just win one more lap and we'll be British champion, you know, you're going to make a mistake. But you know, I've been in competitive racing all my life, so I would say I'm used to it. You know, from the age of 5, I've raced something, whether it be BMXs, Grasstrack, anything. I've always done racing, and always at a pretty high, reasonable level. And you just learn to cope with the pressure, and that's what it boils down to in the end of the day. You know, he who can cope with it is going to sail away with the title, one hopes.
Obviously it is a one-off. I've talked to a few of the other riders who've been there, and you know, I mean, a lot of people like to see it over more than one round. Would you like to see it over more than one round?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there's an element of luck. I mean, as you said earlier on, I mean, we were second here 2 years ago, and we won every race, and we went out for the final and got a puncture, and you've just lost it. That one race, you've lost the British Championships. So you know, I think to get a fair champion, then you've really got to be looking at a season's racing, and you know, one meeting, anything can happen. You know, you could get the top 4 guys, you know, have a breakdown, and all of a sudden you've got also runs in next year's European Championships representing England. But then you know, it's the same for everyone. That's the thing. So you finished every race, then you've got to be in with a shout of winning it.
Well, obviously, I mean, I'm going to start a lobby to make it over more than one round, I think. Obviously, being the passenger, you know, I mean, you'd think that it wasn't that important, but obviously it is very important, and you've been a driver as well, so obviously you feel comfortable in the passenger seat, and are you happy with your driver?
Yeah, quite a while. Just close my eyes and hang on actually. But no, I'm happy with Paul. You know, he's professional in the way he races. I feel safe. So yeah. You know, I know being a driver, I know how important a passenger is. So yeah, I think that helps. And Paul seems happy with me. So this will be like our third meeting together. So hopefully we can crack on the way we went to Tonbridge the other week, and everything will be fine.
Yeah, obviously that was a big meeting for you at Tonbridge. I know you were really pleased to win that one.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't win it, but we qualified. Qualified for the European Championships. I mean, the semi-final in some respects is harder than the final, because once you're at the final, you can only do your best, and you know your own goal. You want to make it to the final. So there was a lot of pressure on that meeting, and being in front of home fans as well, and you know, we really had to pull all the stops out. We spent a lot of money to get everything ready for the meeting, and luckily it's paid off. And you know, we were pleased with it. We were there. We were with the Germans. I mean, that's again the ultimate goal, really. If you can start competing against those boys, then you know, you're in the big time. But unfortunately, it's the big money you've got to spend to stay with them. So, you know, we're going to go to the final, and luckily we've got an engine sponsorship from Mick Potter, and you know, we're going to give it a good shake. We're going to have a really good proper go over there. So.
Just a quick word about these Germans and the foreign drivers. They are exceptionally quick. Is it just down to motors, or are they better?
Well, I mean, there's no doubt about it. They've got good motors. You know, they've got the best motors. They've got the best tuners in Europe. I mean, there's Anton Nisler, Hans. I mean, if you name any top tuner, most of them are German. And so, I mean, they've got the top equipment. You know, their bikes are set up beautifully. But to me, they're racing against good guys week in, week out. And you know, I mean, the top 6 guys in Europe are probably Germans. I mean, they're racing against each other week in, week out. They have to be competitive every week, and because they're racing each other, you know, they're having to up their standard of racing every week, really. And whereas here, you know, you come out and you get a track that maybe isn't 100%. You know, it's a bit rough and it's a bit bumpy, and you can't give it 100%. And but they're on good tracks. They're fast tracks. They know how to ride them, and you know, they've got the upper hand on the English people before we go out there. You know, I think if an Englishman went out there and raced every week, and then he would have a fair shake. But I mean, that would take 2 or 3 years. You know, serious competition over there to get with them, I think.
Right, obviously you're going to be in there at the end of the day trying, so I just hope everything goes well for the pair of you, and hope you're there at the end of the day again. Okay.
Thank you.
Thanks very much.
Okay.
I know 2 years ago, Tony, I was in the middle, I was close to the course, you did the commentary, but I think you'll agree that the 250 final that day was one of the best 250 races of all time. Well, certainly was. They were with us. There they are. Paul Better looking sheepish in the front there. Everybody looks fine. There's a guy behind me, Stott. be number 1 today, following the footsteps. Dave Neal, very welcome to Dave Neal. 5 and a shooting time off the track. Competitor on the track. Now we look to our left, and we haven't talked about the 500 show. Here's the guy leading it. He in the middle there. I'm going to expect Lloyd and Jay Higgins to be up there with us today. I think you're absolutely right. Dave Carter, Nigel Carter, get on to them. Big brother, still rolling. Local crew, here's a man. Raz Palmer, Danny Hall. Champions in 93, the next European performance ever for them. Chris Holton behind there. More than Danny Hall there. And I just say, Jimmy Rowe and Margaret, what a great season they're having. They won the 500 franchise with Gerald last week, and they're going to be in with a chance today. Michael and Mark also back. And as we look to our left, we see Simon Beard and James Croft, and behind them it's Ricky Neal and Neil Cottonhill. Then behind them, Carl Goodwin and Gary Rockwell, and certainly he's going to be one of the ones to beat today. And expect to see Malcolm somewhere in the top 3. Had a experience 2 years ago. And last but not least, reserve their Barry Bennett and Steve Song. No local team is just coming to board from that week. They're in the big show, and they're in the show. Have to be. So, race 1, sponsored by T&W Maintenance Contracting Limited of Oswestry. Race 1, we have number 196, shown in the programme as 96, but I can assure you he is 196, Matthew Classen. Number 2, Rob Allman. 42, Chris Phillips. 44, Dean Camier. 344, 11 times champion, Mark Wadsworth. 248, current champion, Carl Wilkes. 97, James Child. 65, Dave Knowles. 124, Keith Strodwick. And 299, Richie Knight, the first race of the afternoon. And of course, likely front runners are going to be Mark Wadsworth and Carl Wilkes, but look out for Dean Camier, number 44. The young man from down there in Ashford in Canton, as they get underway, they go into the first turn. Wilkes is up there, and I'm looking for Wadsworth. He's back in the pack somewhere. As they go in the first turn, it's Wilkes as they come off the bench. And Wadsworth as they go past us for the first time, with Carl Wilkes in second, and Mark's hiding his way through the pack. And Wadsworth really has pulled out a tremendous lead as they go up the back straight for the second time. So it's Mark Wadsworth leading by some 20, 30 metres as they go into the top turn for the second time. Second place, number 42, the young man. Carl Wilkes there in third place, pressing hard, but Phillips has got clear of the pack and he's chasing Wadsworth. So, it's the old battle of youth against experience. Mark Wadsworth against Chris Phillips, and what he leads as they come off the top end into the last lap. Mark Wadsworth closer. Third place, got a 13 Camier, but it's still Carl Wilkes, Camier in 4. Behind him, 124, Keith Strodwick, up the back straight. Phillips is still there, but it looks as though it's going to be a win for number 344, Mark Wadsworth. As they come off the bend, Wardy wins it by about 10 inches. Second, third, very, very close, but Carl Wilkes gets there. Dean Camier is 4th, in third place is Keith Strodwick, and behind Keith Strodwick, number 2, Rob Almond. Of race 1, a win for number 344, Mark Wadsworth. In second place, number 42, Chris Phillips. In third place, number 248, Carl Wilkes. In fourth place, number 44, Dean Camier. In fifth place, number 124, Keith Strodwick. In sixth place, number 2, Rob Almond. In seventh place, number 67, David Knowles. And in eighth place, number 154. Those numbers again are 344, 42, 248, 44, 124, 267 and 154. The time 1 minute 21.7, 1 minute 21.7. Hayden, Mark Rowe, Steve Mander, Adrian Squirrell, Richard Lively, Chris Knowles, Richard Smith, Graham Thomas, Ray Purvis and Glyn Stanton. So, twice British champion in 92 and 93, Graham Thomas in this one. And although Graham, who now lives in Shrewsbury, will always be associated with Minsterley, about a mile down the road, he's never actually won a meeting on this field. So he's determined to put that to right today, but equally determined the man who won the National here last year, number 33, up from Ipswich, Richard Smith on the KNETM. So, You've got Graham Thomas, double champion. You've got Richard Smith. You've got Mark Rowe from Cornwall. Who's it going to be? Mark Rowe makes a tremendous start, and as they go in the first turn, we're looking at Smith, and he's back in the pack, but Richard makes his way through up in the second. But as they go in the top turn, it's Mark Rowe, the Cornishman, leading. Off the bench, second, we're looking at Graham Thomas, and he comes through on the inside. Goes a little bit wide on the top turn, but Thomas is in second place. But out in front, the Cornishman leads by some, I was going to say about 10 metres, but as they go in the top bend, Graham Thomas comes up the inside, but it's still Mark Rowe leading. Those far away from the rest, and on the bottom turn, it's all to play for. Mark Rowe on the inside, Graham Thomas on the outside, Smith still in third. Into the top turn, and Graham Thomas it is who takes it up, and Mark Rowe tight on the inside. Tremendous line by Mark Rowe. As they go into the bottom turn for the third time. So Graham Thomas leads by Richard. Mark Rowe still there in second. Richard Smith still there in third. And behind them in fourth place, still Adrian Squirrell, number 32. And in fifth place, number 116, Lee Gates. So looking to our left, with it to the last lap. Mark Rowe is now coming under pressure from Richard Smith. Up to 1, 2, 3, and Graham looks to have this one thrown up as they go up the back straight for the last time. They're going to have the checkered flag at the end of this lap, and it is going to be a win for number 3, in third place Mark Rowe, in fourth place was Adrian Squirrell, and behind Adrian Squirrell was Lee Gates. In second place, number 33, Richard Smith. In third place, number 30, Mark Rowe. In fourth place, number 32, Adrian Squirrell. In fifth place, number 116, Lee Gaden. In sixth place, number 951, Steve Mander. In seventh place, number 23, Richard Lively. Followed by 811, 144 and 64. Sims. We've got number 3, young Simon Davey, Phil Ransom, number 6. We've got Lee Street, Colin House, Sam Morby, Mark Clayton, Rob Morgan, Jason Stott, Steve Sarrid. A lot of Midland fans here would love to see Jason win the title today. But Simon Davey, young Simon Davey, rides number 3. I've never seen him ride, I'll be honest. He's only 16 and the kid leads as they go into the first turn. Simon Davey it is. And here comes Jason, and Jason takes it up on the top end. And not to Simon Davey. In third was Mark Clayton, but it's the Midlander who leads. He had a tremendous ride last week at Bewdley. He beat in one race Carl Wilkes and Graham Thomas. He's keen to do well here today. He had a coming together a couple of years ago when they had a championship. And he missed out that race. Stott absolutely flying here today. In second place now. Number 62, Steve Sarrid. And behind Steve Sarrid, Colin Howe, number 322. And Simon Davey dropped back to fourth as they go up the back straight for the third time. But Jason Stott looks absolutely superb on that top turn. Comes off the leg with a 7 minutes to lead over second place now. Number 62, Steve Sarrid. In third place, Colin Howe, number 322. In fourth place, number 3, Simon Davey. And in fifth place, still, Lee Street. Top bend. Last off flag at the ready. Jason Stott leads. Second place, still, number 62, Steve Sarrid. But he's coming under pressure from number 322, Colin Howe as they go into bottom third. But Sarrid still holds the second place. But Stott, absolutely incredible with about a 70-metre lead over the rest. Comes up the bend to win. With ease, Jason Stott wins. Close to second. Who's going to get there? Sarrid. In third place, Colin Howe. In fourth place, Simon Davey, and behind Simon Davey was 394. Followed, that's Jason Stott, followed by number 62, Steve Sarrid. Followed by number 322, Colin Howe. Followed by number 3, Simon Davey. Followed by number 5 in 5th place, Lee Street. In 6th place, number 621, Mark Clayton. In 7th place, number 6, Phil Ransom. In 8th place, number 51, Rob Morgan. In 9th place, number 180, Richard Sims. And in 10th place, number 28, Sam Morby. Those numbers
comes in place of Mike Bowden. Nigel Newman comes in place of Tommy Palmer. Bad news, incidentally, from the paddock. Richie Knight, unfortunately, damaged some teeth and won't be going in the 250 class the rest of the afternoon. So we're sorry to hear that. Let's hope he's not... talk about teeth and dentists, horrible, isn't it? Let's hope there's not too many problems there. Mark Taylor goes in this one, Dave Mander, Richie Knight, Steve Morris, Ben Moby. Mitchell Godden will be an interested competitor, no doubt. He'd love to have a national championship this early in his career, I'm sure. So then, with the off to the far side, and it's Mark Taylor who makes the best of the start, but it's John Priest who comes inside him on the approach to the first man, and Mark Taylor reverses to the position. So it's Mark Taylor and up in the second comes Steve Morris. There's Mark Taylor with Steve Morris on his heels. John Priest has a little bit of a moment and drops back to 5th place on the far side. It's Mitchell Godden now who moves into 3rd. And he's doing the chasing now. Right out in front is Mark Taylor with the advantage. Stephen Morris with him on 2nd spot. Richard Knight then in 4th place. So then we look across to the far side. Mark Taylor, who's a really good performer on the 350s, and on the 500s, and 4th place, Richard Knight. So we look to our left, and it's still Mark Taylor out in front with one more lap to go. They come up the rise, up the top end there. Mitchell Godden is closing up, Richard Knight in this race, John Priest, 5th place, Dave Mander. Well, Mitchell Godden working away there, trying to close up on 2nd place. It really doesn't look as though he's going to get there, but let's wait to see what happens. Victory meanwhile there to 170 Mark Taylor. Stephen Morris in 2nd place. Mitchell Godden in 3rd. Lloyd in 4th. 5th place, and in 6th place, Dave Mander. Taylor. In the 2nd place, number 34, Stephen Morris. In 3rd place, number 9, Mitchell Godden. In 4th place, number 72, Richard Knight. In 5th place, number 5, John Priest. In 6th place, number 250, Dave Mander. In 7th place, number 231, Roy Sizemore. In 8th place, number 12, and number 12 is Nigel Newman. In 9th place, number 91, Steve Simmons. In 10th place, number 90, Ben Morby. And the winner's time was 1 minute 39.8. 1 minute 39.8. Paul Alton, Roger Clark, Darren Pugh, Ivan Guttridge, or Ian Guttridge, not Ivan Guttridge, Tony Atkin, Alan Bagshaw, Martin Stott, Neil Taylor, and Gerald Short going with Jason Handley. And just to my right, Brian says, that's slower than the 250s. Well, yes, it was on that occasion, but let's see how the speed develops with the following couple of races in the 350 class. Well, the gate goes up. Jason Handley gating well on the far side, and in fact it's Jason Handley with the advantage, but Tony Atkin going hard after him. So Jason Handley then leads as they come into the first stand. Tony Atkin right on his heels now, but it's still Jason Handley with the advantage. Gerald Short is in that 3rd spot at the moment. And Darren Pugh moves ahead of Gerald Short to take that 3rd spot. Gerald Short keeping a tight line and hanging on the 4th spot. Meanwhile then, Jason Handley with the advantage as they come off his top fence once again. Tony Atkin misplaced it with Neil Taylor as they went past us, and Neil Taylor moves into 4th place just ahead of Gerald Short. So Neil Taylor with a little bit of ground to make up now as he moves through the field, but out in front is Jason Handley with the advantage. Very active, still there in 2nd place, a little way back now. Gerald Short back. Roger Lobb is behind him, and Neil Taylor had a little bit of a moment on the top end and lost the advantage of his game. So then, the last lap flag goes out. Jason Handley comfortably holding on. Darren Pugh and Gerald Short side by side. Neil Taylor trying to close up on the parallel. So looking to our left, they come round the woods. It's going to be a victory here for number 95 for Jason Handley. Second place is going to go to number 10, Tony Atkin. Who's going to get third place? This is an interesting one. Darren Pugh right in front, Gerald short on his heels. On in third place, Darren Pugh in fourth, Neil Taylor in fifth. Jason Handley. In second place, number 10, Tony Atkin. In third place, number 27, Gerald Short. In fourth place, number 711, Darren Pugh. In fifth place, number 173, Neil Taylor. In sixth place, number 444, Roger Clark. In seventh place, number 137, Alan Bagshaw. In eighth place, number 186, Paul Alton. In ninth place, number 59, Martin Stott. In 10th place, number 174, Ian Guttridge, and the winner's time was 1 minute 34.6. 1 minute 34.6. Scarborough replaced by number 196, Matthew Classen. And who else have we got in this? Tony Stark from Hereford, Jon Underwood, who's been doing things on the Shale, I notice, in the Speedway Star, Richard Ashworth, Roger Lobb, another young rider who's gaining a lot of experience on the Shale, and the man who I always think is one of the quickest guys on the 350s, Wayne Broadhurst. So an interesting one this. David Mears going, Graham Lowe, David Wright, Wayne Broadhurst, Jon Underwood, some really quick, and Roger Lobb, of course, really quick 350 men. And this will be an interesting one, I suspect. Well, David Wright gates in the middle, but whether he's going to get to the first bend, he's certainly going well at the moment. Let's look for Wayne Broadhurst, and in fact I think Wayne is actually up there now and going for it as Wayne Broadhurst is back in Tony Stark, David Wright, and a right old battle there for that third spot. So Wayne Broadhurst now, a lot of local support for Wayne, I'm sure. Remember that super outing he had at the Ice Speedway at Telford? Well, he's no mean Grasstrack man, that's where it all started, that's where it in fourth place is Tony Stark. Looking for two riders go down on the far bend. I think they're okay. The race continues. Tony Stark was certainly one of them. Wayne Broadhurst. The yellow flags go out. We have a red flag. We have a red flag. Last riders to make his way down. As I said before, John and Tony Stark, the two riders who went down on the far bend, but the clerk of the course has decided they can all go back in the rear run. So then, race 6 on the line once again. So then, let's see what happens this time. Jon Underwood making good start, but David Wright going well. There's David Wright with the advantage at the moment as they come round the bend. Looks like Jon Underwood tucked in behind him. On the outside, Wayne Broadhurst on the inside, and Wayne Broadhurst makes his way elegantly through into third spot. So it's Wayne Broadhurst then. It was leading, remember, in the original running of this. We've got Jon Underwood just in front of him, but the leader, David Wright, is a few metres ahead of Jon Underwood. So then, Jon Underwood in second, Wayne Broadhurst in third, David Mears is behind him. And we're looking to see if Wayne Broadhurst can make up any of this distance that separates him from the first and second man ahead of him. David Wright then, a little bit of a moment as he approaches that there. And then Graham Lowe. So as we look across to the far side, it's Jon Underwood who seems to be closing up on David Wright, but it's still David Wright from Gloucester who's out in front. One more lap to go. David Wright is in after. Jon Underwood will go back to second place. Still Tony Stark. And behind him the 148 place. So as they circulate on their final lap, David Wright then still with several metres advantage as we look across to our left. So David Wright then is going to take this to 50 for David Wright. Jon Underwood in second place. Third place to Wayne. Fourth place to David Mears. And I think Tony Stark may well have just got up to David Mears. Number 38, David Wright. In second place, number 77, Jon Underwood. In third place, number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In fourth place, number 139, David Mears. In fifth place, number 18, Tony Stott. In sixth place, number 148, Graham Lowe. In seventh place, number 172, Stuart Dent. In eighth place, number 58, Richard Ashworth. In ninth place, number 37, Roger Lobb. No other finisher. A winner's time, 1 minute 39 seconds. 1 minute 39 seconds.
The title today is from top crews in this one, particularly former champion Brian Palmer, local crew Jim Rowlands, and of course number 17 Paul Miller and Dave Collin. So race 7 on the line, all 6 crews. See Chris Salisbury there right on the inside. Next to him is Paul Miller. Right on the outside, the local crew of Jim Rowlands and Mark Griffiths. Away they go. Good start for Chris Salisbury. Jim Rowlands has a poor start, but it's Paul Miller who leads as they go into first turn. Miller leads with Dave Collin in the chair by about 5 metres from in second place Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes, but as they come off with them, it's Paul Miller. Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan and Jim Rowlands and Mark Griffiths got it all to do. They're back in 5th at the moment. Well, if they go up the back straight for the second time, Chris Salisbury having a super ride there in second place. But it's Paul Miller and Dave Collin with the advantage as they come off with them, but only Paul Miller. In third place, it is still Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. And absolutely nothing in it as they go up the back straight for the third time. Still anybody's race. But Paul Miller and Dave Collin on the SGM HM look to have the advantage as they come off the turn at half distance. Miller leads them. Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan in third. Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg in fourth. And Jimmy Rowlands in fifth. Well, the leading pair just stopped pulling away from the rest as they go up the back straight. And with a lot and a bit to go, it is still number 17, Paul Miller and Dave Collin leading. But Chris Salisbury still there. And still there. In third place, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. Half a lap to go, and barring mechanical problems, Paul Miller and Dave Collin are going to open their account with a win. They come off the top bend, and indeed, it is a win. For number 17. Gary Hughes. In third place, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. Second place, number 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. In third place, number 78, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. In fourth place, number 71, Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. In fifth place, number 887, Jim Rowlands and Mark Griffiths. And in sixth place, number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe. The time for that one, 1 minute 32.7, 1 minute 32.7. Those are Simon Beard, Tony Cook, Ricky Neal, Mal Goodwin, Derek Williams and Pete Rowlands. 2 lads from Oswestry Street in this one. Well, they'll be there or thereabouts, but personally I wouldn't expect them to see in the top 1 or 2 places, but you never know. They'll go all out to prove me wrong. Who's it going to be, Tony Cook or Mal Goodwin, or one of the others? Away we go, and a good start there for Mal Goodwin, and he leads as they go into first turn. So, riders bunching up on that first turn, a little bit of dust, but nothing to worry about. They come off the bench for the first time. Second place, Ricky Neal and Neil Postnell, and behind them Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. So, good move, nearly a spill on the bottom turn, but no one's come to any good as we look to our left, and he's still out in front, Mal Goodwin and Rockall. Ricky Neal and Neil Postnell still in second place, and Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart still there in third. The other 3 just getting tailed off a little bit, but certainly Mal Goodwin and Gary Rockall on the jar were have been well under control. Second place still Ricky Neal and Neil Postnell, but they're coming under extreme pressure now from Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart, and Tony switches to the inside up the start straight, and he's got the inside line as they go into top turn. I'd expect to see Tony come into second, which he
out or something. He goes by a whisker. Going to the last lap. It is still Carl Goodwin and Gary Rockall leading by some 40 metres now. Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart up into second place. Rindy Neal and Neil Potton still there in third. Then some distance to the fourth place crew. And that's number 4, Simon Beard and James Croft. With behind them Pete Rowland from the back at the moment. Second place, a comfortable win for Carl Goodwin and Gary Rockall. Second place to number 10, Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. Third place goes to Ricky Neal and Neil Potton. Then Simon Beard, James Croft. Followed by Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands and Derek Wiggins and Christian Wiggins and Gary Rockall. In second place, number 10, Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. In third place, number 11, Ricky Neal and Neil Pocknell. In fourth place, number 4, Simon Beard and James Croft. In fifth place, 886, Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands. And in sixth place, number 888, Derek Wiggins and Christian Wiggins. The time, 1 minute 45.2. 1 minute 45.2, Carter, Lester Goodwin, Norman Hames and Gary Lloyd. Look towards the outside, Gary Lloyd in the very distinctive yellowy, greeny, whitey leathers, and 2 grids away, Lester Goodwin, also very colourful, with red, blue, green leathers. Those are the first 2 crews I personally would expect to break first. Away they go, Goodwin, good start. But on the inside, Steve Kenchington, also a good start, but it's Gary Lloyd who leads. As they go into the first turn, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins lead it. Kenchington second, Goodwin back in third, but Gary Lloyd leads by some 10 metres. As they come on for that, Paul Handler in second place there, and Gary Lloyd leads as they go round the bottom turn by some 10-15 metres. Pulling out as they go up the back straight, Lloyd and Higgins then by some 20 metres now. Kenchington still there in second place, Goodwin still in third, and Goodwin challenging hard for second. Place one on the bottom turn, but Goodwin in trouble, and Lester Goodwin terribly disappointed. They'll go out. What it is I don't know, but some sort of mechanical problem, so the Goodwins are out of it. So, back with the racing. Out in front, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins now by some 30-40 metres. Second place now, number 2, Kenchington and Paul Handler. In third place, number 21, Norman Hayes and Andy Atkin. Followed by Brian Canning and John Custer. And last but not least, the Northern crew, Dave Carter and Nigel Carter from Preston. But as the last lap flag goes out, the Midland crew leads. They've got a big 40-metre advantage. Gary looks behind him, coming in the bag, barring mechanical problems. So Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins lead. Still there in second place, Steve Kenchington and Paul Handler. In third place, it is still Norman Hames and Andy Hopkins. And we look to our left. The man who's going to win it. He's led it from the start. The Midland crew. Number 22, Gary Lloyd and Dave. Second place to number 2, Paul Handler. And in third place, number 21, Norman Hames and Andy Hopkins, followed by Brian Canning and John Cookson. And in fifth place, Dave Carter and Nigel Carter. Well, disaster there for Lester Goodwin and Clive Goodwin. They look to have certainly third place sewn up. Probably, possibly they'd have got up into second, but well, mechanical problem, and they go out of it. So the official result of race 9 in just a moment. Dave Higgins in second place, number 2, Steve Kenchington and Paul Handler. In third place, number 21, Norman Hames and Andy Hopkins. In fourth place, number 49, Brian Canning and John Cookson. And in fifth place, number 67, Dave and Nigel Carter. The time was 1:45.5, 1:45 for competition here this afternoon. Everybody getting just a little bit excited over there. Somebody collected the gate, not any longer. They were all pushed back and off we go. And it's a fairly even break as we're coming into that top end. Looks like Chris Phillips who's eased his way through. But they come around Lee Gayden in the second spot, and as I said, a lot of people tipping Lee for a good day here, as indeed they were Dean Camier. So the 250 class at the moment is so competitive, but the man out in front here, Chris Phillips, started his first outing here today with a second place. It looks like he's going to get a really big game after his second spot. Chris Knowles battling away there with Creed Studwick, the two very much together in the battle for third place. But way out in front, Chris Phillips, now the former schoolboy champion, has really established quite an enormous lead over the team. So it's number 42 is Chris Phillips, who's heading home. James still in our second spot. But Studwick and Steve Cyrus now in contention coming through. And remember, Steve Cyrus had a second in his first outing, so he'll be keen to notch up another good outing. One more lap to go. Chris Phillips is last lap played first. Third and in fourth place now is Steve Cyrus, just ahead of number 3, Simon Davies. Well, Chris Phillips has absolutely dominated this race right from the first. Chris Phillips it is who wins. Now, the struggle for second, third, and fourth is just a little bit different. Let's see if Lee James is going to hang on. He does. Lee James hangs on in there. Lloyd falls on the top end. So third place goes number 6 to Steve Cyrus. Number 3, Simon Davies. So really hard luck for Keith Strudwick there. He went down on the top end when looking sure to end up in the top. First place, number 42, Chris Phillips. In second place, number 116, Lee Gaydon. In third place, number 62, Steve Cyrus. In fourth place, number 3, Simon Davey. In fifth place, number 64, Chris Knowles. In sixth place, number 23, Richard Lively. In seventh place, number 180, Richard Sims. In eighth place, number 154, Jon Edwards. In ninth place, number 28, Sam Orby. In 10th place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. And the winner's time was 1 minute 43.2. 1 minute 43.2. Those numbers read 42, 116, 62, 3, 64, 23, 180, 154, 28, 124. Time again 1 minute 43.2. Race 11 coming up, again supported by P&M Maintenance Contracting. And this will be an interesting one because Mark Wadsworth goes and they're already underway. He had a win, Graham Thomas goes with him, but it's Mark Wadsworth with advantage, and Graham Thomas slots through into third place and makes his way through trying to get that second spot. And he'll be through the second. Mark Wadsworth Graham Thomas in that second spot. Adrian Squirrell was in third, and Graham Thomas is only a metre or two back on Mark Wadsworth and goes to the outside of Mark Wadsworth. But Wadsworth seems to get a little bit more drive off that bend, so it's Mark Wadsworth with the advantage. Graham Thomas in second spot, and Adrian Squirrell still in third. No change there. We've just watched Graham Thomas going after the leader. We'll watch this win over Mark Wadsworth. Wadsworth is every 11 times champion. Graham Thomas, twice a British champion in the 250 class, but just look at Adrian Squirrell. And Squirrell really challenged round the outside. Now Graham Thomas is good on the approach to this bend. He really closes up, but I think Mark Wadsworth has the advantage, but he's gone wide. Graham Thomas on the inside, and it's Graham Thomas who goes to the front. Mark Wadsworth has to go one on the outside. I think it's Thomas on the inside, Wadsworth on the outside. Wadsworth in front, Thomas up the inside, Thomas back in front. What a great 250 race. There's Graham Thomas then on the inside. Mark Wadsworth seeking to change over to the inside to take the line. And Wadsworth gets the second place. Still Adrian Squirrell in third. So Wadsworth with the advantage. Graham Thomas doing the challenging. They both get very wide on that bottom there. Wadsworth gets the drive out of the bottom there. And Mark Wadsworth now on a few feet advantage over Graham Thomas. Still Adrian Squirrell in that third spot. But it looks now as though Mark Wadsworth has got a sufficient cushion to make this race in second. Mark Wadsworth. Graham Thomas in second spot. Adrian Squirrell in third. In fourth place, number Richard. In first place, number 344, Mark Wadsworth, in his second win of the afternoon. In second place, number 314, Graham Thomas. In third place, number 32, Adrian Squirrell. In fourth place, number 322, Colin Howe. In fifth place, number 75, Lee Street. In sixth place, number 2, Rob Almond. In 7th place, number 951, Steve Mander. In 8th place, number 97, James Child. And in 9th place, number 811, Glyn Stanton. And the winner's time, 1 minute and 42 seconds. 1 minute and 42 seconds. The numbers then 344, 314, 32, 322, 75, 2, 951, 97 and 811. No 10th finisher, 1 minute and 42 seconds. Well, already battle joined between the two multi-champions, and although Graham Thomas came off second best on that occasion, I'm sure he will have learnt a lot, and when they meet again, he'll be trying even harder, but Mark Wadsworth's in tremendous form, isn't he? Race 12 then on the line, the defending champion Carl Wilkes goes in this one. Jason Stott, who had a win in his first outing, also goes. Dean Camier, Mark Rowe, Richard Smith, who had a second in his first outing, is in this one as well. So an interesting 250 race to complete the second leg of that class. Looks like Richard Smith towards the outside as we look across to the starting gate. Carl Wilkes, I think, right on the inside. So interesting. See who gets the best of the starts. Starting team are ready, and we've got a false start. Going down. Most of these guys these days using 250 motocross engines, of course. That sources some very quick two-stroke motors. Now they're in line. Starting team are happy. It's a clean start this time. Jason Stott gaining well. They're looking for Carl Wilkes. And Carl Wilkes is a little way back, and it's Jason Stott with the advantage, but Richard Smith is right there with him as they come off the top bend. It's Jason Stott in front, and it's right up in contention there as they go past us. And Mark Rowe there in third place too. Well, this is just a little bit of a turnout, but as we look across to the far side then, Jason Stott with the advantage as they come round towards us once again. Boom Camier in second place. It's number 33, Richard Smith, and behind him, number 30, Mark Rose, and very, very quick 250 man here. But out in front, Jason Stott, bidding to score his second win of the afternoon. Look at Richard Smith. Challenging for that second place. Richard Smith goes through into second place, and he hangs on to it. Dean Camier is still right there with him. Jason Stott in front. Richard Smith and Dean Camier and Mark Rowe battling away for second, third and fourth places. And Carl Wilkes, the defending champion, not having a happy race. He's back in fifth place. And Richard Smith shoots through into second spot. There's a problem there for Dean Camier. With one more lap to go. And in front is Jason Stott with the advantage. Richard Smith in second place. Dean Camier in third. Mark Rowe in fourth. In fifth place is Carl Wilkes. And in sixth place as they go past that 621 Mark Place. So it's Jason Stott then, surely about to score his second win of the afternoon as they come off the top then once again, come very, very wide into the loop. Victory for number 94. In second place, Dean Camier in third, Mark Rose in fourth, in fifth place, Carl Wilkes, and in sixth place, 621 Mark Place. The solo 250 competition. In first place, number 94, Jason Stott. So Jason Stott and Mark Wadsworth have both scored 2 victories here this afternoon. In second place, number 33, Richard Smith, and repeating his earlier second place. In third place, number 44, Dean Camier. In fourth place, number 30, Mark Rowe. In fifth place, number 248, Carl Wilkes. In sixth place, number 621, Mark Layton. In seventh place, number 6, he said anxiously looking, Phil Ranson, of course. In 8th place, number 67, David Knowles. In 9th place, number 51, Roger Morgan. And in 10th place, number 144, Ray Purvis. And the winner's time, 1 minute 42.7. 1 minute 42.7.
21, Tommy Palmer, replaced by number 12, Nigel Newman. So a full line-up with Ian Gutteridge, Richard Knight, Jason Handley, Graham Lowe, Steve Morris, Wayne Broadhurst, Paul Orton, Mark
Mark Taylor, Nigel Newman and John Priest. And as we look across, John Priest, an absolutely superb start. Priest leads. Handley there in second place. Taylor in third place. And we're looking for Wayne Broadhurst. Jason Handley takes it up, and Jason already with one win under his belt this afternoon, going for this title in the 350 class. So it's Handley from Taylor, and John Priest is still there, and John very, very quick into the top end. But it's Taylor still hanging on to that second place. But it's Handley with John Priest in third. Then a good stop for third place. Wayne Broadhurst at the moment back in about 6th spot. But Jason Handley, absolutely superb here this afternoon, comes off the top end with about a 70 metre lead. Oh, the number one getting on second, and a big spell on the top end. And, well, there's bikes everywhere, and we've got a yellow Raven flag, and we've got a red flag, and two riders go down to my left. One of them is John Priest, but John is sat up, and I think he's okay. And the other one, I think, is Richard Knight. John just getting some attention, but certainly John Priest took a nasty bump there.
What are you doing?
Well, he's on his feet, and good to see John Priest and Richie Knight both okay, but I'm afraid John's bike looking somewhat second-hand. So the main thing, they are walking away. For race 14 to be run, whilst the lads in race 13 sort themselves out, and race 14 will be the next race on your program, his second title in 1978, also at Evesham. A couple of years later, of course, European champion. Gerald's done everything. He's done speedway, he's done trials, he's done sidecar racing, he's done solo racing. Now, by Grasstrack standards, something of a veteran, but he's still there in second place. The leader, though, is the 1993 British 350 champion, Tony Atkin. In the bottom turn. Gerald Shaw there in second place. In third place, the man from Churchstoke, Darren Pugh. That's the 1, 2, 3 as they go up the back straight for the second time. And Tony Atkin. He's had 1 second place this afternoon. And behind, right, number 172, Stuart Dent. But Tony Atkin, absolutely flying, leads the pack by some 40, 50 metres into the top end for the third time. Gerald Shaw, though, still in the pack with Darren Pugh in third place. Third, or does he? Darren Pugh, very, very quickly on the outside, on the bottom turn, hangs on to that third place. But Gerald Shaw having a super ride in second. But look at Tony Atkin. He is absolutely flying, and I'm sure Jason Handley is watching this with some interest. Into the bottom third. We lose number 59, Martin Stott on the top corner. And we have a yellow flag that breaks down on the bottom third. That is Atkin, Shaw. Then, in third place, Dave Wright. In fourth place, Darren Pugh. As we look to our left, the checkered flag at the ready. The man who takes it. Number 10, Tony Atkin, followed in second place by Gerald Shaw. Dave Wright, Darren Pugh. And Darren Pugh was number 172, Stuart Dent. Stuart Dent, number 61, Roy Sidemore. No doubt about the winner of race 14. It was number 10, Tony Atkin. But the official result in just a moment. A win for number 10, Tony Atkin. In second place, number 27, Gerald Short. In third place, number 38, Dave Wright. In fourth place, number 711, Darren Pugh. In fifth place, number 172, Stuart Dent. In sixth place, number 231, Roy Sizemore. In seventh place, number 444, Roger Clark. And in eighth place, number 137, Alan Bikeshaw. Those numbers again are 10, 27, 38, 711, 172, 231, 444 and 137. The time for race 14 was 1 minute 38.9. This afternoon we are giving for interest only, and they have no bearing at all on the results of the meeting. There is no time as such. this meeting. It's merely for interest. Right, away we go with the rerun of race 13. I'm looking to John Priest, I'm looking to Richard Knight, I don't think either of them are there. Marked off for the first time, Jason Handley with about a 20-metre lead. Over Wayne Broadhurst there in second place. In third place, the went past us was Mark Taylor. But Jason Handley already with one win this afternoon in the 350 class. Coming off the top there, going much straight. Wayne Broadhurst in second. In fourth place, number 4, from the left, Steve Morris. And behind Steve Morris is Graham Lowe. But Jason Handley, he had a superb day here last year, and what a day he's having today. Absolutely flying off that top there. Jason Handley leads by that. Wayne Broadhurst is Morris is fourth, and behind Steve Morris is still number 148 Graham Lowe. Last off flag at the ready, and as we look to our left, Jason Handley flying off that top there, looks behind him. He knows he's going in the back by a mechanical problem. And he's absolutely locked up solid on the top corner. Steve Morris back in fourth. But just look at Jason Handley. Absolutely dominating race 13. Coming off the bench. Very cautiously by his standards. He wins it from his second place, number 170, Mark Taylor. Wayne Broadhurst is third, Morris is fourth. In first place, Graham Lowe, number 148, followed in sixth place by number 12, Nigel Newman. Second place, number 170, Mark Taylor. In third place, number 158, Wayne Broadhurst. In fourth place, number 34, Steve Morris. In fifth place, number 148, Graham Lowe. In sixth place, number 12, Nigel Newman. In seventh place, number 186, Paul Lawton. And in eighth place, number 174, Ian Guttridge. The time, 1 minute 37.8. 1 minute 37.8 is Neil Taylor, Steve Simmons, Roger Lobb, Dave Mander, Ben Morby, Richard Ashworth, Mitch Godden, Dave Mears and Jon Underwood. And I've just had it confirmed that Matthew Clarkson has pulled out of the meeting. This is close. Mitch Godden's up there. Dave Mears is up there. Who's it going to be? Off the bench. In second place, Neil Taylor. Mitch Godden in third. That's the 1, 2, 3 as they go in the bottom turn. This is going to be a cracker. Absolutely nothing in it. Godden trying to come up the inside as they go into the bottom turn. But it's Dave Mears from Mitch Godden, from Taylor as they come off to there. That's still the ornament. Number 139, Dave Mears, but Mitch Godden goes on the inside and Godden's got the line. He'll probably drift wide and Mears will come up the inside, but Dave switches to the outside and Dave Mears going in wide, probably cut back on the inside. Godden is his nose and he's going to spill. Taylor on the top there and he's going to red flag right on the racing line, so red flag, the race is stopped. So the man who went down was lying in third place at the time, number 173, Neil Taylor. And I think he just got it locked up on the loose, and Neil Taylor goes down on the top turn. Very, very angry with himself, and well, it's up to the clerk of the course as to whether Neil is allowed in the rerun or not. Sponsors today, some sponsor races, some have sponsored advertisements in the programme. If you have need of any of the services advertised, we always ask you please use the services of the advertisers, because without them we probably wouldn't have a sport as we know it. Right, we look to our left. Number 139 leading, but Mitch Godden there in second. Godden trying to go on the inside of Dave Mears on the bottom turn, but Dave has about a 20-metre lead as they go up the back straight. And Jon Underwood, number 77 there, in third place in the black helmet. But Dave Mears is in the really top spot. And Jon Underwood just dropping back a little bit. Up in the fourth place comes number 37, Roger Lobb, who had and is after first time out for the Cornishman, up there in 4th, 5th place, and they're going to the top there for the third time. Jon Underwood, and Roger Lobb, behind Roger Lobb, number 58, Richard Ashworth. Well, the field getting strung out a little bit, and as we look to our left, Mitch Gotten's very, very quick to that top end, but it's very clear to come off the bench. Very, very close, Martha, Underwood, Lobb, and behind Lobb, number 58, Richard Ashworth. Well, can Mitch Gotten do anything on the last turn? Dave Mears dominated this race as they go into the last turn. Gotten's very, very tight. The first gets Gotten's second. Third is on the 4th, Dave Martha. 5th place. And so that's close. We'll leave that up to the 139 Dave Mears. In 2nd place, number 9, Mitch Gotten. In 3rd place, number 77, Jon Underwood. In 4th place, number 250, Dave Mander. In 5th place, number 37, Roger Lobb. In 6th place, number 58, Richard Ashworth. In 7th place, number 91, Steve Simmons. And in 8th place, number 90, Ben Morby. Those numbers again are 139, number 9, 77, 250, 37, 58, 91, and 90, and the time 1 minute 41. 1 minute 41. So here we go, and whoops, a little bit of a problem on the start line, but plenty of grip down there, no doubt about that, as they power up the hill. And it was Paul Miller, I think, who got all that grip. The front wheel, Paul Greer, had to knock it off a little bit. Out in front then, it's Simon Beard with the Raz Palmer in 3rd, and the wily campaigner Raz coming round the outside, looking to close up on the field out of it. But look at these 4 outfits. Paul Miller makes his move. Miller then gets to the front, or does he? Or Simon Beard just on one side, but that was tight from that top there. Brian Palmer in 4th, those are the drivers. This is the action, you can see it for yourself. Look at Brian Palmer, that outfit nearly tipped over, it's back in contention, and on they go. Quite amazing that was. Simon Beard nearly tipped himself up the front. Brian Palmer now in 2nd place. In 3rd place is Tony Cook. Well, that was quite an amazing sight from this angle, because the outfit almost turned over and then righted itself, and the crew went on. Tremendous. So then, out in front, outfit number 70, Paul Miller and Dave Coyne. Raz Palmer, Danny Hall, the winners in 93 in 2nd place. In 3rd place, Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. So then, the reigning champions looking now to have a comfortable grip on this particular race. Outfit number 17 it is, comes around the top man. Paul Miller and Dave Coyne with their 2nd race of the afternoon. Raz Palmer and Danny Hall in 2nd place. In 3rd place, number 10, Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. And behind them, number 11, Ricky Neal and Neil Pocknell. 17, Paul Miller and Dave Collin. 2 wins this afternoon for them. In the 2nd place, number 71, Brian Palmer and Danny Hogg. They'll be pleased with that. They only had a 4th in their first outing. In 3rd place, number 10, Tony Cook and Ronnie Stewart. In 4th place, number 11, Ricky Neal and Neil Pocknell. In 5th place, number 4, Simon Beard and James Croft. And in 6th place, number 57, Mike Reed and Mark Thorpe. And the winner's time was 1 minute and 40 seconds. So then, we're okay, we've got a nice signing gate now, we're away. So, looking across to the far side, they're all tightly bunched as they go into the first bend, and let's see who has the advantage. They come out towards us. Not the end. Final top, what a first place in his first outing with the advantage. Lester Goodwin in that 2nd spot, but Lionel Carter then going for a win here. But Lester Goodwin hard on his heels as they go into that far bend for the 2nd time. And Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. number 21 Norman Hayes. So Chris Salisbury, who had a second in his first outing, sitting in third spot at the moment, will be very, very pleased and hoping to maintain this form all afternoon. And the lad from just outside of Malvern will be very broadly. Still, Lester Goodwin the man in front of him, but that man is Lionel Cox. And Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan had the advantage. Have they lost it? It looks like they have, because it's the Goodwins who go by. And Chris Salisbury challenges as well. So Lester Goodwin then, that's Brian Goodwin on with the advantage at the moment. Chris Salisbury now is in second place. Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan in third. And in fourth place, number 21 Norman Hayes and Andy Hopkins. So there's a great battle still going on for the lead. And Chris Salisbury is keeping the pressure on the leader. In fact, challenges going into that top end. And the Goodwins give way, and it's Chris Salisbury with the advantage, but he's going to come awfully wide. That's Chris Salisbury in front. Lester Goodwin in second place. That's the way they finish. Lionel Cox in third. 17 in first place, number 418, Chris Salisbury and Gary Hughes. In second place, number 47, Lester and Clive Goodwin. In third place, number 78, Lionel Cox and Grace Hagan. In fourth place, number 21, Norman Hames and Andy Hopkins. In fifth place, number 86, 886, let's get that right, 886, Pete Rowlands and Phil Rowlands. And in sixth place, number 67, David Carter and Nigel Carter.
The Intercentre 500 sidecar.
Now, which side of the road does Gary Lloyd live? That's the thing.
Gary Lloyd is the Midland centre, Tony.
Well, I thought we're going to get the tape measure out and measure the town. We'll be all right. So then, race 18 gets underway. Steve Kensington had a second. Gary Lloyd had a first in their first outing. Gary Lloyd currently sitting in that second spot as they come round towards us for the first time. And round the outside comes Gary Lloyd. Number 30, Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall with the advantage. Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins tucked in second spot. And in third place, it's Steve Kensington at the moment. We're looking at a scrap for the lead. Malcolm Goodwin up the inside. Gary Lloyd is up the back now. Steve Kensington is third. And in fourth place, it's Jim Rowland driving down there. So then, and it looks as though number 30, Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall got away from Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. We've got a few laps to go yet, but Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall going superbly. Then in third place, and number 2, Steve Kensington, Paul Hanlon. We look across to the far side, and it's still outfit number 30. It's still Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall on the VMC Jawa from Tunbridge. One more lap to go, and surely Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins for Virgil won't be back there able to catch up on them. But will they? It certainly doesn't look as though they can. It looks as though Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall has the advantage. So around the top bend they turn. Up to 30. Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall is the win. Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins in at second place. In third place, outfit number 2 going very, very slowly, Steve Kensington, Paul Hanlon. And look at this battle for Brian Canning right alongside Jim Rowlands as they cross the line. First place, number 30, Malcolm Goodwin and Gary Rockall. In second place, number 22, Gary Lloyd and Dave Higgins. In third place, number 2, Steve Kensington with Paul Hatland in the chair. In fourth place, number 49, Brian Canning, John Cookson. In fifth place, number 887.
Dave Knowles, Simon Davey, Ray Purvisley, Gaydon, Jason Stott, Adrian Squirrell, Mark Wadsworth, Chris Phillips, Phil Ransom and Lee Street. Who's it going to be? As they get off the line, Mark Wadsworth head down on the tank and body leads as they go into the first turn. But Jason is up there as well on the outside, so it's Wadsworth moving. Stott second, and he's up there as well. And back in fourth spot is number 42. The tall, lean figure of young Chris Phillips. This is superb. Phillips gets it all locked up on the bottom turn. He loses a lot of ground, but look at this. Wadsworth and Stott. Oh, Jason goes down, and yet again, Jason loses it. And then I was about to say,
has put it all together today. He's had so much bad luck at big meetings. And down he goes, and Jason goes out of it. So, Wadsworth now leading by some 30 metres over second place man Chris Phillips. Was yet again a disaster for the lad from Kidderminster. He found his first on the 7,000 years ago, and he's gone down again today, which means that Mark Wadsworth now leads on another spill on the bottom turn. And from here, I'm not sure who that was, as we look to the left. I think the Squirrell went down. We look to the left, and Mark Wadsworth into the last lap with about a 70, 80-metre lead over Chris Phillips. Number 75, Lee Street. Behind Lee Street is number 3, young Simon Davey. But Wadsworth, absolutely superb, controlling it from the front. He comes in for his third. Mark Wadsworth wins. In second place, it is going to be young Chris Phillips, number 42. A good ride for him. In third place, number 75, Lee Street, followed by number 3, Simon Davey. And behind Simon Davey, number 6, Phil Ransom, followed by Lee Keaton, and all the rest of them. But Jason Stott, once again, it comes to big meeting, Jason has that little bit of bad luck, and down he went. Graham Thomas will certainly have something to say about that. So, the official result of race 19, a win for number 344, Mark Wadsworth. In second place, number 42, Chris Phillips. In third place, number 75, Lee Street. In fourth place, number 3, Simon Davey. In fifth place, number 6, Phil Ransom. In seventh place, number 116, Lee Gaden. In eighth place, number 57. In ninth place, number 32. And in 10th place, number 114. I think that should be 144. No, 114. Those numbers again are 344, 42, 75, 36, 116, 57, 32, and 114. The time for race 19 was 143.6, 143.6. Is lying, or was lying, after 2 rides in 5th place, and he is out to improve on his 2nd place in the championship back in '94 when it was held on the same field. But Richard has got a lot to do. We've seen the tremendous form that Mark Wadsworth is in, and it's getting harder and harder, I think, for the others. Race 20, we look across, and Graham Thomas goes to the front. Richard Smith in 2nd place. Can see Dean Camier on the outside, but as they come off the bend, Graham Thomas from Richard Smith, from Dean Camier. That's the 1, 2, 3 as they go past us for the first time. In 4th place, behind Dean Camier, was Colin Howe, but it's Graham Thomas. Out in front, the champion in 92 and 93, Lee from Richard Smith. In 4th place, still number 3, Colin Howe. And behind Colin Howe, Steve Mander, number 151. But Graham Thomas really gets the drive out of that bottom turn. Gains about 10 metres on 2nd place man Richard Smith up the back straight. Thomas it is who leads. 2 laps from Richard Smith, from Dean Camier. From in 4th place, Colin Howe. Some distance in behind Colin Howe is number 97, James Child. But on the far side, Graham Thomas with a commanding lead of about 40 metres over Richard Smith. And Graham just knocks it off a little bit on the top turn. Not given up yet, but Richard Smith looks to be comfortable in 2nd place. But Graham Thomas, mechanical problems, is going to win this by some 60, 70 metres. From, in 2nd place, Richard Smith. 3rd, still Dean Camier. 4th place, still Colin Howe. But Graham Thomas comes off the bench and leads the win. Dean Camier 3rd, Colin Howe in 4th, and in 5th place, it is going to be from 44 in 3rd place, Dean Camier. In 4th place, number 322, Colin Howe. In 5th place, number 2, Rob Almond. In 6th place, number 124, Keith Strudwick. In 7th place, number 51, Roger Morgan. In 8th place, 811, Glyn Stanton, followed by 97 and 951. Those numbers again, race 20, are 314, 33, 44, 322, number 2, 124, 51, 811, 97 and 951. The time for that one was 1:44.6, a few vital seconds. So, yellow flag's still up. Race 21. Yellow flag goes down, Mike walks away, and the tape goes up, and away we go. Right, race 21. Carl Wilkes goes to the front. As they go into first turn, Carl Wilkes might lead by about 10 metres, and come off the left. Mark Rowe, and behind Mark Rowe, number 62, and that's Steve Siren. So, Mark Rowe, right on Carl Wilkes' back wheel as they go up the back straight, but Steve Siren making big moves to get on terms with them, so 3 already just breaking away from the rest of the other. Carl Wilkes doing like a train in his spot. Just leading at that one full line. Carl Wilkes leading from Mark Rowe, and Mark Rowe very, very quick around the bottom turn. Gets right on Carl's tail as they got the back straight, but Carl pulls out about 20 metres as they go into the top turn. So it's Carl Wilkes from second place, Mark Rowe. Moving to third place, number 621, Mark Lake. And behind Mark Lake, still number 62, Cyrus. Well, up the back straight, still Mark Rowe and Carl Wilkes going at it. Hammer and tongs. Wilkes leads at the moment, but Mark Rowe round the outside, very, very quick. But Carl Wilkes leads as they go into the last lap with Mark Rowe right on his tail, and Mark very, very quick on the bottom turn. Goes in wide. Goes right round the outside of Carl Wilkes, but as they go up the back straight, Carl seems to have the drive, and I expect Carl to come back at him on the inside, which he does, and they go into the last bend absolutely side by side. Mark Rowe on the outside, Carl Wilkes on the inside, but Mark Rowe gets in second place, number 248, Carl Wilkes. In third place, it's going to be 621, and that's Mark Clay. And behind him, number 63, started. In second place, number 248, Carl Wilkes. In third place, number 621, Mark Clay. In fourth place, number 62, Steve Sari. In fifth place, number 180, Richard Sims. In sixth place, number 23, Richard Lively. Seventh, number 64, Chris Knowles. In eighth place, number 154, and in ninth place, number 28.
Looks like Roger Lobb coming into line over there. Young man who's been riding Speedway and doing very well. So then we look at drops. The charge up the hill. And then we break and stop there. Third place is Roger Lobb. And look at that charge right round the inside by Roger Lobb. And I think it's Roger Lobb now with the advantage. Has got the back straight to Dave Mears, fights back. Roger Lobb overtook on the inside, slid wide on the exit. He's going to do it again. Look, comes up the inside. Is he going to come wide on the exit? Let David Mears do again. Young Cornishman going well here. David Mears being challenged hard for that second spot at the moment. But they're all closing up, and there's 3 riders just a few metres between them. Look at David Mears looking for the outside line now. And Roger Lobb drops back to third place. David Mears on the outside line. And behind is fourth place. And it's Roger Lobb on the inside. David Mears on the outside. A tremendous race between these two. They go up the back straight. So then it's David Mears back in front, and it's Roger Lobb with the challenge in second tonight. Camier in third, and in fourth place Broadhurst, still Stephen Morris, and back a little way to Jon Underwood. But look at Roger Lobb on the far side, challenging every opportunity he gets, but he's gone ever so wide, and he drops back to third place as he goes to bang. So right in front then, it looks now as though David Mears is very much under control, so it's going to be
second place Atkin, in third place Roger Lobb, and in fourth place Stephen Morris, behind him Jon Underwood, and then number 148 Graham Lowe. My Home Master Removals from Pontesbury near Shrewsbury. In first place, number 139, David Mears. In second place, number 711, Darren Pugh. In third place, number 37, Roger Lobb. In fourth place, number 34, Stephen Morris. In fifth place, number 77, Jon Underwood. In sixth place, number 148, Graham Lowe. In seventh place, number 158, and he said anxiously, 158, is that correct number? It's 58, that should be. Can't read my own handwriting. 58, Richard Ashworth. In 8th place, number 174, Ian Gutteridge. No other finishers. Winner's time, 1 minute 40.9. 1 minute 40.9. So the numbers again, 139, 711, 39, 37 in 3rd place, 34, 77, 148, 58, and 174. Well,